All right, I have to do an interview.
Hey everyone, Josh here with Ruby's tag-along The Honeypot. Today we're coming up to Alpine Annexes to have a chat with Sam about their operation, what they do, what they produce. We have an Alpine Annexes Annex, full disclosure. We paid for it, we didn't get it as a freebie. So we're just here to chat about the Annex and look at how we're setting it up, see if there's any ways that we could improve it. And we thought we'd have a chat with Sam while we're here. So first of all, give us some background. Who are you and what do you guys produce?
So, bit of background. This company was started 47 years ago by a gentleman by the name of Peter Bedgegood. He was a shoemaker by trade and decided to go out on his own. So he started making annexes and built up quite a good, solid client base pretty quickly. When my husband was 15, he was working with him and was taught the trade by Peter and was taught how to sew and manufacture and design and install and create and do all of those things. My husband did a number of things in between and took back and to from Alpine a couple of times. And when the second owners took over, they renamed it Alpine Annexes because they weren't Bedgegoods, so they named it Alpine Annexes back in the day when the yellow pages needed you to be an A to be at the top, hence the name. And we in 2018 decided to take over the company, so my husband and I took over. And from there, we've gone on to create and design a whole lot of different things. So we're big campers ourselves. We go camping every opportunity we can get. We do all different types of camping. So we do off-road camping, free camping, caravan park camping. We also have an on-site van. So lots and lots of different types of camping. And we camp with big groups of people. So we're always getting lots of great ideas from someone's always coming up saying, can you create this or can you do that? So a lot of our products are designed and manufactured from ideas of genuine campers who are trying to create something for themselves. And they often, that's where the great ideas are born from. With the A-Van Annex, that we now manufacture, that was designed by a gentleman called Des Tebbs, and he used to own Tebbs in Dandenong. He retired in 2000, and just through communication and having a chat with him, he asked us if we would kindly take over manufacturing that for him, which we were delighted because it's such a great design. We had a different style A-Van Annex on our van originally that went all the way up to the apex. We found that much more challenging than this design to put up because it's got to be put on before the van goes up. You can't take it off till you pack your van up. Whereas with the Tebbs style Annex, it's just such a great design. It's easy to put up. It's really versatile. You can just have the awning, or you can have 1, 2 or 3 walls on if you want. You can create a whole room that's can be a bedroom or a nice cozy lounge room if you're camping for long periods of time. They're sturdy and strong, and they offer a great amount of space. So not only are they wide, but they're quite deep. A lot of A-Van Annexes are only about 1,800 deep from the van out. These ones are 2230, so it doesn't sound like a lot, but it makes a huge difference when you're putting a table and chairs and things like that in there. And we just love the design. So we're really delighted to take it over and honour his design and continue it on and keep supplying and providing that for A-Van campers.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm just going to pause for a sec. I'm
Sure.
going to put her on the bed because she looks like she's...
You're tired, baby. You need to sleep.
All right. Okay, so, and yeah, definitely what you say about the Tebbs awning rang true with us. When we were looking at purchasing our A-Van, we looked at a bunch of the different awning options and we didn't really like any of the ones that attach through the sail track that comes with the van. We actually ordered our van without the sail track for that reason, because as soon as we saw the Tebbs awning, we knew that was the one that we wanted to go with. We use it as a living space for the kids when we're camping away with the kids, and yes, we do camp as a family of 4 in the A-Van. You can do it, and they have their own space out here, we have our own space in here, and it works quite well. What would you say makes Alpine Annexes stand out from other manufacturers or providers in this space in Australia?
Look, I can only really talk about the passion and the love we have for what we do. And I think that's what really does make us stand out. Our top priorities are probably in order as well. Premium quality, that's our absolute first. Everything that we use in terms of materials, we use the best that we can source. And we try to use as many Australian-made products as we can. So our poles are Australian-made, all of our canvas is Australian-made. Not all products are available in Australian-made. So where that's not possible, we use Australian companies to source those products through. So we don't import anything from overseas ourselves. We're really passionate about Australian manufacturing and Australian made and Australian quality. The other thing that's incredibly important and a lot of people don't understand is that the canvas that's made in Australia is treated for the Australian climate, and the Australian climate is incredibly harsh, far harsher than many other environments around the world. And it is really important to have that quality, to have that longevity, and have a good quality product that's made to withstand our weather and to last in Australia. So quality is absolutely like right up there, top of the list. We're really passionate about that. We love good quality products ourselves. We use our products. We make our products for what we would want, and we want our customers to have that too.
Okay.
Probably the second thing that we're really passionate about is customer service. Our customer service, like I've been in customer service for 30 odd years. I love it. I'm passionate about it. I love seeing people walk away and be really happy with the service they've got. We spend endless amounts of time with any customer that needs it. We'll give advice. We feel obligated to support people and advise them with what we know and things to think about before they make decisions about anything. And our upfront service is, it's outstanding. But the thing that I'm really passionate about is the after sale service. And that's one thing that, through our experiences in our own life, doing, purchasing different big products through our own personal life, sometimes great customer service up front doesn't equate to great service after sales. And, people, once there's an issue, are, hands up like, oh, well, it's not really our problem. We never, ever, ever would do that. We want, I say to people all the time, my catch cry is, if something's wrong, we'll be more upset than you. Please let us know. And we go over and above to make sure that if something's not right, that we work with people to make sure it is right in the end. And we have very, very happy customers, and I would say 98% of our work comes from recommendations because of that. We don't really do any advertising. We have a website that we love and we work on, and we use that as a tool to help people, particularly because we work with a lot of people all over Australia and New Zealand. And, we can't always do face-to-face with people. So our website's a real tool for us to be able to show people different things and lead them through different ideas and options and give them an idea of what they can do. So our website's really a tool for us as well when it comes to doing that over the phone kind of sales. So yeah, they're probably our two most important things, is quality and customer service.
Okay. How big is the company?
So we have 12 staff.
Okay.
When Adam and I took over in 2018, we had 3. And we now have 12. We have a great team of people. Our team have been with us for a long time. They understand what we're passionate about. They understand how important it is to us to get things right, and they honour and respect our passion, and they support us to continue that work in every part of our business. And I would say at any given time, all 12 of our staff could have their hands on any given job, because we have different roles for different people. There's obviously the service, there's the measuring, there's the designing, there's the cutting, the sewing, the packing. There's a lot of components. What we do is incredibly labour intensive. There's a lot of labour goes into what we do, and I would say that most of our staff play a part in that. We're really big on diversity as well, so we have a multicultural team, which we love, and we love the different aspects of our team. We also have one young boy with an intellectual disability, which I'm really passionate about helping people with disabilities to work in a mainstream type work environment, because he does all the things that we need done, and he does them with absolute joy, and I love having him there. So yeah, that's our team.
Right. So obviously you cover the Avan awnings, and you do all sorts of awnings for Avans. What other makes, models, manufacturers do you produce awnings for?
There's pretty much no brand of van that we don't work on. We can design, because we hand manufacture everything, and everything is designed specifically for each individual vehicle or recreational vehicle. We make awnings, annexes, and all kinds of add-ons for almost every brand. I don't think we've come across a brand where we've not been able to help. There's obviously intricacies in different things, and we'll advise people if their idea isn't going to work. We wouldn't just go ahead and do something. We're really passionate about guiding people through that process and making sure that what they have in mind is actually going to work, and giving them that advice and support from a knowledgeable and professional aspect. But we also do lots of other things too. We don't just do camping stuff. We manufacture. We have quite a lot of commercial companies that have individual or specific needs that are fabric based ideas or products that need to be manufactured, and we'll work with them to make those as well.
Cool. What would you say is the most popular product that you guys produce?
We have a number of them, and they peak at different times of the year. Roll-out awning annexes would have to be right up there. That's probably a large percentage of what we do. These are the A-van annexes, the style you've got, extremely popular, and we do a lot of those. The other thing we do a lot of, and we really specialise in, is full annexes. So people don't necessarily always understand the difference. A roll-out awning annex is you have a roll-out awning on your van that rolls out, it's got legs, and we put hardware on it to enable you to put walls around it and create a room. A full annex is where you have, probably a lot of people would remember it from the olden days, where you had a track on your van, you slid your canvas roof in. So similar to this, you've got a canvas roof, you build a frame in it, and then you put walls up.
So a more traditional annex, like from, you see a lot of them when people were travelling, in the 80s, when the old style caravanning was, if you wanted to see Australia on a budget, you bought a caravan and you bought the annex and you went away with the family.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Well, the reason we do a lot of those is because we do a lot of work for people who are setting up for long periods of time. So they might be setting up down at a coastal park for 4 months of the year, and they'll be travelling backwards and forwards to that destination. So they're using it like a bit of a holiday house. So they might go down for the weekends or an extended week, and then come home and then go back down the next weekend, or the kids might go down. The reason we recommend those is because they are the strongest setup. So when you're setting up an annex and you're leaving it unattended, that's what we recommend. Also, they weather really, really well, and they're extremely strong setups. So when people are doing long stays, and we have people that set up and they're set up for 12 months a year, they never come down. So that annex might be set up for 7 or 8 years at a time. That's when we would be recommending a full annex rather than a roll-out awning annex.
Okay. I understand you've owned a few different vans, different types, different styles. What's your preferred van and why? And it might be that you prefer one for one type of camping and one for another. Like, what are your preferences?
Yeah, we have owned a lot of different vans. We've owned camper vans like Swans. We've owned trailers that have the tent coming out. We've had an A-van ourselves. We've got a big full-size off-road van. We have an on-site van. So yeah, we have owned a lot of different types of vans. I have to say, they all come with their pros and cons. When our kids were young, we had a big camper van. It offered lots of space and lots of bedding. When Adam and I were travelling on our own, we had an A-van. I love the A-van because I feel really comfortable on my own setting up and towing and setting up the annex. I can really manage the A-van very, very well. And if ever anything happened and I was camping on my own, I would hands down pick an A-van because they're so manageable and they're such a great space and they tick a lot of boxes. We've got the big off-road van. If we're going for long periods of time, I do love that because it's got a beautiful ensuite and it's a little home away from home. It's like a little motel on wheels. So I really couldn't say that I like one over the other. I like them all for different reasons, and they all bring something different to the table. And I think as you evolve through camping, it's nice to have the option to try the different things that that vans offer. So I couldn't really say I love one more than the other, but I love them all for different reasons.
No, that's fine, as is usually the case.
Yeah.
So we do have a question from someone online. Actually, there was another one about where the materials were manufactured, and we've already answered that one.
Yep.
A person would like to know, can a customer fit their own awning annex, and what kind of support will they get throughout that process?
Yeah, sure. Are you talking specifically about an A-van or an annex in general?
The question was specifically relating to a Tebbs awning.
Yep.
Obviously, we did buy ours from Alpine Annexes, and I fit it to the van ourselves. But I guess maybe talk in terms of that, and then in a more broader sense.
Yeah, sure. So we have the fitting instructions, and I've been really grateful you've given us some feedback on how we might expand on those instructions and broaden those a bit. And I love the opportunity that you've said that, because now when we go back and we revisit it, we might get you to proofread it and go, yeah, that makes much more sense. So one, we offer written instructions, we have video guides, and we also, our fitter will do a FaceTime appointment with a customer as well. We also have now in the northern New South Wales and southern Queensland, up and coming, it's not announced yet, but it will be coming, that we have a fitter that we've trained up. He travelled down a few weeks ago. We've done some training with him. He himself has bought an A-van, so he's going to be doing his own, but he'll be a resource as well. We will offer any amount of assistance that anybody wants, and our fitting guide for a standard rollout awning annex is far more extensive. It's about 11.5 pages, largely because there's a lot of photos in it, and I've also added all of the product codes for items at Bunnings that you would need to do that fitting as well. So I've got the line items and the photos and all the rest of it too. So it's not all reading. It's a lot of photos, a lot of diagrams, but yeah, we will offer any amount of assistance that we possibly can, and we want you to get it right and fit it right. We want it to be correct for people. So I often say to people, read through the instructions, then ring us and let's have a chat about it, so that we can make sure that what we've written has been interpreted correctly, because when people interpret things, it can be different sometimes. So we'll get you to read through the instructions, get all of your bits and pieces ready. We'll send up all the components for fitting as well. And then we get you to do an appointment with our fitter just to chat through everything. You can do a FaceTime appointment with him or a phone appointment with him. And as I said, there's a video guide as well. Okay,
cool. Are you open to new ideas from customers who can't quite find what they're looking for?
We are. One of the things that can be a bit tricky is Adam's the font of all knowledge when it comes to that and design. And his time is, he's a little bit time poor. So we absolutely are, and we love ideas, and a lot of what we make has been born from these ideas. So 100% we are. The other thing that we know is that we're very good at what we do, and Adam is extremely good at troubleshooting with people. So if they say, I've got this idea, and if you do it like this, this and this, he'll say, yeah, but if you do it like that, this is going to happen and that's going to happen, I would recommend this. So he's very, very good at working through all of those things. I would just say he's sometimes a little bit time poor when it comes to, being able to spend that time with people. But we absolutely are, and we always love to chat to people about what we can recommend and, what we can help out with. So, yeah.
All right, and for the final question, give us a sales pitch. Why should we buy from Alpine Annexes, and how can people get in touch?
Okay, so to be really honest with you, we don't really sell our products. We consult with people and we give them ideas, and most people come on the journey with us because they really connect to us. So again, we're really passionate about what we do. We have great staff. My colleague Darren, who works in the office with me, it's largely Darren and I do the sales. He is just a lovely, lovely person to deal with as well, and we'll just spend as much time as people want to spend with us to get their product and their end product right. If I was a customer from the outside looking in, why I would choose Alpine Annexes is because of that. The customer service, we're a family business, we're just hard-working people that love what we do, and we're really passionate about it. And we offer exceptional quality. I know with that, hands down, you can't get better quality. I'm sure you can get as good a quality with, perhaps other places, but you won't get better quality than what we offer. We offer outstanding quality. In terms of getting in touch with us, there's a link on our website that you can contact us. You can ring us, and you can email us. So, there's a number of different options there. But yeah, all of our inquiries come through our website or over the phone, generally speaking.
Okay. Thanks very much for spending some time, and thanks for conducting this interview with us. It's been good to come down and have a look and have a chat to you about the Annex and how we can do things better. And
yeah, well, hopefully you've got a lot out of it too.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's really nice to have that you've made so much effort and you put in so much energy into our products too, and we really, really appreciate that. And largely, as I said, most of the work comes from people like yourselves that are really passionate about camping and really passionate about what they want, and they really see that value in what we do and want to work with us too. So I thank you for coming down.
Cool, thanks very much.
No worries.
There was one question I forgot to ask. I didn't have it on my list. I've had some interest in some of the posts that we've put up from the international market. In particular, the AVAN community in America is massive compared to what it is here in Australia. There's a whole bunch of different manufacturers, there's lots of different styles, additional fold-outs like where we're sitting here that pop up to give more room. They've got AVANs with full en-suites inside the vans and shower bases and toilets and a whole lot. It's really incredible what they're doing over there. Is that a market that you currently are in? And if not, if there is sufficient interest from the US, can people get in touch and see if you guys can sort something out for them?
We haven't. We have had a couple of inquiries over the years from the US. Nothing's really, I suppose, come to fruition. I think one of the challenges is also, freighting and getting products over there. We find even just going to New Zealand can be really expensive, and we've tried a number of times to source some better options for freighting, because we get a lot of interest for a number of different products from New Zealand, and also New Zealand dealerships that want us to create their products for them as well. We're absolutely open to ideas. It's just a matter of the logistics of it and how we get, make it work. But yeah, absolutely, we would be open to that.
Cool. And like a silly person, while I was down at the Alpine Annexes factory, I forgot to record an outro. Now, it has been a few weeks now since I recorded that video. Actually, more than a few. Sorry, Sam. Did mean to get that one done sooner, but unfortunately, sometimes life gets in the way and we get busy modifying vans, and we'll have some more updates on that soon. If you do want to get in touch with Sam and the team at Alpine Annexes, go check out their website, drop them an email, give them a phone call, and I'm sure they will be more than happy to help out. Full disclosure, while we were there, Sam and the team at Alpine Annexes took us through putting the Annex up the way that the manufacturer recommend. Turns out we've been doing it a little bit differently, so I'm going to have some short videos coming up soon with some tips and tricks for the annexes. They also, and they didn't have to do this, I just want to point this out, they didn't have to do this. When we put the annex up, they looked at how I'd installed it and they said, well, hang on, these trims are supposed to be a little bit further over, why did you put them there? And we had a bit of a chat about the instructions, and it was sort of alluded to that the instructions may be getting improved a little bit soon. I made an error when I fitted the tracks on the front of the van for the Annex, and it meant that the draft skirt on the bottom of the Annex didn't quite fit properly. Alpine Annexes, free of charge, made a brand new draft skirt. That's pretty incredible. I made a mistake and they made a fix for it. So I just want to reiterate, we really like the Annex. The customer service has been great. Thanks, guys, for inviting us down to come and have a look at your factory and giving us the opportunity to do some work with you. And we can't wait to see what they come out with in the future. Please, if you're enjoying our content, please do like, subscribe, share the videos, do all of that jazz. It really does help the channel out. I know it sounds like a cop-out. Everyone asks you to do it, but it really does help us out if you can do that. We want to try and get our videos as far and wide and get as much information about the things that we love doing and the products that we enjoy out to as many people as possible. So thanks for watching the video. We really do appreciate it. Thanks again to Sam and the team at Alpine Annexes for having us down there to check out their operation. I'm Josh, and I'm in Ruby's tag-along, the Honeypot. Thanks for watching. Cheers.